Japa, a Nigerian slang which simply means running abroad. This word became popular in 2022 when most Nigerians absolutely gave up on the country. It's a period when airports were full, social media influencing about life abroad had a major surge, and even this guy had an interview with BBC talking about the secrets of how Nigerians are abusing the system.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
But 3 years down the line, a different word is becoming popular. Japada, which also simply means to run back home. And this is even for those who really have the guts to leave.
People are really depressed. Because of the nature of job I do, I see things. People are depressed.
In this video, we will discuss the recent trend of Nigerians struggling to live abroad and why exactly they are refusing to go back home. For most Nigerians who grew up in the 90s and the mid-early 2000s, there were very little certainties that we all agreed on, which included the fact that Nigeria is bad, agege bread is very good, and abroad is better. And bearing the latter in mind, most young Nigerians are trained from childhood to move abroad at some point in their life. Now, despite the glamorization of abroad life by most Nigerians, very few actually end up leaving Nigeria compared to the general population. And this is considering the fact that Nigeria has over 200 million people living in the country. This is due to different reasons, including the fact that we've got a very weak passport, which automatically means for you to leave Nigeria, you need visa. But one of the biggest reasons why Nigerians tend to stay in Nigeria before the recent times is the fact that Nigeria was actually working. This was until 2015 when Nigerians voted this guy. Overnight, a country that was barely surviving before now is on 100% oxygen. Insecurity suddenly surged. People were no longer able to afford basic things as inflation went from a yearly occurrence to a daily episode. This chain of events will spiral into a phenomenon Nigerians will later name japa. Everybody was basically running for their life.
I see Africans today, what we do is just we suffer, we smile, you know. Every African man smiles. How are you? You see, we smile because we are good people, probably, but you see, people don't have to smile in a bad condition.
On arrival to their new destination in the West, reality tends to really set in. It doesn't take very long for most people to realize that maybe the grass isn't really greener on the other side. These are periods when bank managers in Nigeria with 15 years experience and 200 staffs saying yes sir to them suddenly have no option than to pick a night shift at DHL warehouse. Children are being taken away from their parents because their teachers notice the mark. Now, looking at most of this situation, most people would ask this very important question. Why don't just they go back home? Why do they have to keep staying in the West? Why? For most people, this might seem to be like a very easy question. It might seem to be something that is a no-brainer, isn't it? But the fact is, it's not easy. To most of us, the definition of home is a place where we've got peace, we've got joy, we've got a place to call our own bed, we've got a place to call our own home. But to so many Nigerians, this is not the case. This is not the case. This video, like many of my videos, isn't talking about opinion, isn't talking about what is right or what is wrong. Because if there is one thing I've learned over the years, it is the fact that judging people's decision without actually understanding their circumstance is very unfair. The only thing I can personally say before the end of the video is, as long as we let people take us for granted, as long as we let our so-called leaders take the country for themselves, we are one way or the other going to be victims. And if we're not careful, even our own children, the children of our children, whilst people who are not as talented, who are not as intelligent, or who has an hustling mindset as we are thriving in their individual countries, we will just end up becoming nomads. Our children might become nomads, and our grandchildren might become nomads.